on Eruvin, Perek Yud, Mishnah Vav, 6th Mishnah in the 10th chapter of Eruvin. So we learned in the last Mishnah that the person couldn't urinate or spit from one reshut to another. Now we're going to talk about something else that you can't do. Lo ya'amod, Adam says in Mishnah, a person should not stand b'reshut hayachid in private domain, v'yishteh b'reshut harabim, and drink in reshut harabim. Meaning, let's say there's water in reshut harabim, and I want to drink in reshut harabim, but I'm in my house, so I want to lean out and drink. So, can I do that? So the Mishnah says, no, you should not stand in private domain and drink in the public domain. Or, b'reshut harabim, v'yishteh b'reshut hayachid. You shouldn't stand in the public domain and drink the private domain. Yeah, you got some water? I stick my hand in your window and I drink. Ella im kain, unless hichnis rosho v'rubo the makom shehu shoteh. He has to put not only his head, but the majority of him in the place that he drinks, the makom shehu shoteh. So it's not only that you stick your head in the window, you have to have rosho v'rubo. You have to have your head, and most of your body. Why is that? So if you think about it, I mean, can it be, let's say I have rosho v'rubo. So you would think that the reason is because when I drink, the water comes down into my body, and then if my body's outside, I'm transferring. That's not the halacha. It's not that way. Meaning, because we know that from the way the Bartenura says. What's the problem? The Bartenura says, this rule that you have to have most of your body inside or where the water is with kelim shem tzrichimo, vessels that I need. Why? The gazrina dilma ate la'atoyinu, where we are gozer, we make a decree because we're afraid maybe a person's going to transfer them. If I need the cup, I'm going to, unintentionally, I have my head in, I'm going to drink and then take the cup out with me because it's only my head. Therefore, the kelim she'inam tzrichim, if I don't need the cup, if I don't need the vessel, mutar, then it's permitted. Afilu lo hichnis rosho v'rubo b'reshut harabim. Even if I didn't bring in most of my head or most of my body in the addition, so I only need to put in my head in. So if I want to put my head in and someone's going to pour water down my throat, that's fine. Why? Because essentially once it enters my body, it becomes part of my body, and there's no transfer from reshut to reshut in the body. We also learned that with regard to, remember Rabbi Yehuda said in the last Mishnah that I can't have spit and then carry it in my mouth. That's not true. Once it's in my mouth, it's part of me, and therefore I can transfer from reshut. It's not considered transferring reshut to reshut. So here we see the reason is because we're afraid that you're going to transfer, you're going to take the kli that you drank with and bring it from one reshut to another. Mishnah says the following, v'chein v'gat. The same is true regarding a gat, a wine press. How's it true regarding a wine press? I got a picture for you. Here we go. If you want to drink in a gat, you have to put rosho v'rubo. You have to put not only your head, but most of you over the gat. And this is not halacha about Shabbat, rather. It's about inyan ma'aser. It's about trumot and ma'asrot. Because we've learned many, many times in Halachot of trumot and ma'asrot that if you want to drink arai, if you want to drink temporarily from wine in the gat, you're allowed to, even though you haven't designated trumot and ma'asrot. You haven't designated the proper tithes. But that's only if you're in the gat. Once you take the wine outside the gat into reshut harabim, then you have to take off trumot and ma'asrot. So we're afraid if you take wine and you're rosho v'rubo and most of your body is not in the gat, then you're going to take that cup and bring it out, and you're going to drink the wine outside of the gat, and it will be a violation of Isur Teva. So therefore, it's going to be what's called Shtiyat Keva. It's going to be permanent drinking, and you're not allowed to do that outside of the gat. So for that reason, you have to put your head, Rosho v'rubo, into the gat. The Mishnah continues. Kolet Adam min hamazchila lemata me'asara tfachim. Mazchila, there's two kinds of things. There's a mazchila, and there's a tzinor. Mazchila is the gutter, and the gutter is adjacent to the house. So a person can be kolet. Kolet means to catch. I mean, you can't drink from the gutter, because it's like you're drinking from one reshut. You're drinking from the reshut hayachid. The roof is a reshut hayachid, and you're in reshut harabim. Okay, so you're allowed to be kolet if it's lemata me'asarat tfachim, if you're below asarat tfachim. Let's look at the Bartenura for a second. Kolet, tofes, kolomar b'kabel min hamayim hanizchalim b'shoteh. You're allowed to catch the water that's dripping down and drink it. Okay, mazchela. It's like a gutter. It's like not a drain pipe. It's like a gutter pipe that the water drips down. Okay? This is what it means. A person may stand in reshut harabim. You can catch with a bucket less than 10 tvachim, which is in reshut harabim, the water that's dripping down. You let it catch, as the Gemara says. You can't go right up next to the gutter and collect. Okay, from the mazchela, that's pachot mishlosha samuch lagag. Okay, you're not allowed to do that. Okay, because it's kimotzi min hagag shebishut hayachid b'bishut harabim. If you go and here's the roof, or here's like the gutter. Okay, here's the gutter. You can just see, and then you catch the water. You're catching it. It's like you're taking from the Rishut HaYachid and you're putting it into Rishut HaRabim. And that you're not allowed to do. But the Mishnah says, Umin HaTzinor, the Tzinor is the actual pipe. The pipe draws water farther away. I thought I had a picture. So this is Kolet Adam. You're about to Kolet. He's catching. And here we go, I'll move myself. This is Mitzaref. So you're not allowed to do that because it's like you're taking from the private domain. You're taking from the private domain into the public domain. But from a Tzinor, the tzinor is a pipe that draws the water away from the building, from the tzinor, mikol makom shotah. You're allowed to drink in any way at all. Why from the tzinor? Bein kolet, bein mitzarev. Whether you're actually collecting, or whether you're catching the water, or whether you're drinking straight off. Why? Mishum the tzinor le'olam boleitu. The tzinor sticks out, v'yotzei l'rishut harabim. Okay, meaning, since it sticks out and yotzei, it's bringing the water to rishut harabim. It's not like you're actually catching the water from above and transferring it from one rishut to another. I'll stop here. As always, if you have comments or questions, here we go. Email me at raspolter@gmail.com. And we'll dedicate a link to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a good day.